this is the thing that gets me about driving on public roads as well, because especially, it don't matter where you are, you'll be driving down a dual carriageway or whatever else, and you get someone go 89 mile an hour. But when you're in a police car, everyone's like
10 to 2.
and I'm on a dual carriage, whatever, I will sit at 60-ish.
Yeah.
So people can go past. I'm not, because if you sit at 70, you'll get a brave one come out, and they won't make eye contact with you as they go past at 70. So you try and kind of prevent that as well, because you just want the traffic to flow. But some people seem to think that we're robots that get plugged into the station at night or whatever else.
I was a the other day. I was going to work. I do a lot of work in Derby now, on the A50.
How many miles do you do a week?
A lot. I'm not going to say the number.
Damn it. Hold on, you can get back to this. We were going to start playing a game, right? So every time I say, well, the audience have got to do a shot. So they're going to get hammered by the end of the thing. I say it's far too much. I didn't realise how much I say until I started editing. And you bring up your 1,000 miles a week. So we were going to, every time he says it,
I haven't done it for a while, so I'm going to have to stop saying it.
We're gasoline junkies, chasing the spark, laughing in the fast lane, tearing up the dark. If you've got
Right, welcome to Gasoline Junkies. I'm Russell.
I'm Barry.
And today we're joined by
Gary, a.k.a. Bear.
Bear.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
I know, long story.
We've got time.
Do you want to diverse into it?
I actually don't know. Well, cut a long story short first, we've known each other 25 years.
A lot of our podcasts start like this, you know.
Yeah, they do, yeah. Yeah, we've known each other a hell of a long time. We're incredibly good friends. Mm-hmm. So we're going to probably go off on a little bit of a tangent. But there's one thing I've never known is why your name is Bear.
I'm surprised you've never asked.
I probably have. I've just taken it for granted.
We've got an exclusive.
So yeah, well, to some people it will be. So to cut a really long story short, when you get something really innocuous and someone makes a comment and it just sticks.
Yeah.
So obviously, like you say, we've known each other a long time through cars and everything else. And then one of my friends had come to knock for me. I was probably about 16, 17 at the time, and I'd not long had a shower. I had clothes on, and the friend in question said, "You look like a teddy bear," and it stuck. So, so originally it was Teddy, then it was Teddy Bear, and then as I got older, I diversified into Bear because it sounds slightly more aggressive than just Teddy. So that's the reason why. So it's not some massive, long, convoluted story. So that's the reason.
Cool. That's cool. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Already off to a good start already. Yeah. Right. Could you tell us what you've turned up in, or what you own, or if that sort of doesn't tick any of the boxes, could you tell us what you've owned? So
I at the moment I've got two cars. So I've got an F25 X3 BMW 30D SE spec, which is important because I'm old and I like comfort. And then the car that I've turned up in today, my other car, is a F11 5 Series 535D Touring.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah.
Another Beamer man.
Yeah.
So I'm a BMW, self-confessed BMW fanboy.
Yeah.
It wasn't always that way,
No,
as I'm sure we'll diversify
wasn't.
into. But yeah, they're the two motors I've got at the minute.
What turned you? What?
So it's interesting. So through work, so I started out with Vauxhalls, and I had Vauxhall after Vauxhall after Vauxhall. I'm an incredibly loyal person. I was born and bred in Luton. Most of my family have worked for Vauxhall at some shape or form, so it was only natural I was going to end up in some form of Vauxhall to begin with. I did that, and then I had a couple of Volkswagens, which I liked, but they weren't quite hitting the mark. And then at work, we had a 530Ds. And I distinctly remember that they would sit there for 3-4 days, then someone would get in them and have to go to a job. Yeah. So they'd go to a job and they would be driven enthusiastically to get to that job, and they had 180, 190, 200,000 miles on, and they just never went wrong. They just didn't go wrong. The M57 engine is well documented as being bulletproof. Yeah. And I saw it and I thought, oh. And I'd always had a hankering for a BMW, but I never felt I kind of deserved it. It's really strange. And then another friend of mine, he had a 3 Series, and I went and bought my first 3 Series, an A91 Touring, 320D.
Yeah.
And the second I got in it and drove it, I thought, this is just another level to what, and I've stuck with them ever since.
Okay. So, did you mention what you actually do for a job?
I'm a police officer.
So,
I know, yeah. So Yeah, that's the reason why. Obviously, we used a lot of BMWs at the time, and I was just really impressed by them. Even as well as the E70s, the X5s we had, which would just tow anything.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking that proper cars, really proper cars.
So, like, funny you should say that, because me and Chris had a conversation the other day, and we were saying about who we'd like to have on as guests. And one of the conversations we had was we would love to get a copper on, because obviously you get to do things that most people can't do and get away with it. There's nobody to tell you can't, is it? That's the thing.
I would say we have exemptions in law.
Yes.
Is the best way of putting it.
So we'll probably get more of a we have to have you back on when you're retired, because I think we'll get a better podcast out of you when you're retired, because you'll be able to tell us without getting yourself in trouble. So don't get yourself in trouble by any means, but if you can tell us things that happen and whatnot, it'd be great.
Yeah, the cars themselves are really well looked after. So the cars, they don't want for anything. They're serviced beyond reproach is the best way of putting it. Common myth is they don't actually have MOTs.
Right.
Because they're Crown vehicles, but we do MOT them anyway.
Okay.
So they do get MOT'd. Same as Royal Mail vans. They were Crown vehicles. Didn't technically need an MOT on it. They're really, really just well looked after.
So one of the myths I've always been brought up with is that because I'm sure my dad said he bought an old Granada that was an ex-police car, and it was always quicker than any other Granada that he had. So he used to say that it had been super chip tours. Is that a thing?
No, not really.
No,
it's probably a bit of a misconception. Obviously, we have to. It all started, I think, when you delve into the history with the E-Type. It all started with the E-Type Jag, because when the E-Type Jag was the fastest thing you could buy, so criminals started buying them and using them back in the 50s and 60s. And the police sat there and went, well, we can't catch them. So what are we going to do? So they bought E-Type Jags. So they realised at that point that they needed high-performance vehicles to catch up with other high-performance vehicles. So but you've got to balance that against reliability and durability. They're no good if they're just off the road all the time. So when you actually look at them and look at how they're maintained, but then that is a trade-off against what I said at the beginning of it could sit there for 3 or 4 days, not doing anything, and then you get a job and you're off. And you're not waiting for it to drop from 1200 RPM to 850, you're off. So there's always that little bit of a trade-off, because it's the nature of the job and nature of the beast. So
would you buy a second-hand police car?
If the right car come up.
Would you?
Yeah, knowing now how well they're looked after. Interestingly, there was a guy who lived down the road from my mum and dad, and he only bought ex-police cars, Volvos. He was a Volvo man, and he bought, I remember I would have been about 14 or 15 at the time, he bought a 850 T5, and he bought it with a monster car. Anyway, bought it, and it had 187,000 miles on it.
It was just run in then.
It barely run in.
Yeah, barely run in.
And then he kept it until it hit 300,000. And then he said, I've just basically maintained it. He said, I've done the oil, I've done the belts, I've done brakes, I've done he said, but it has never let me down. And then he's like, I'm going to have to get rid of it. I was like, why? Why are you getting rid of it for? He's like, I need an estate. So he bought a V70 T5, and that had like 220,000 miles on it. And this was good 6-7 years. He's still got it. He's still got it now, and it's still going.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So again, it's as well as you look after anything, isn't it?
Of course it is. Yeah.
So I want to divulge into your car history. Starting at the first car.
Okay.
Can you remember what your first car was?
I can, and I can remember the reg as well.
You're one of them.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Yeah. So my very first car was a Vauxhall Nova 1.3L 5-door. I told everyone it had the same engine as a 1.3 SR.
I would have done the same.
However, it was a poverty spec. It was 5-door. It had a cherry bomb on it as well, which my dad made the lad remove before I bought it, which was a shame.
Yeah.
But I quickly realised that it did 70 in second gear, and it would do 70 in second gear until the piston decided not to go that way anymore, and it decided to go that way through the block. So that was the first car, but that was a real entry into.
Do you remember how much you paid for it?
500 quid.
Did you?
Yeah, my mum and dad said, you got a choice, we'll either buy you the car or buy you the insurance. So I weren't silly, I did the insurance quotes first. I realised it was going to cost about 1,100 quid to insure it, because I was 17 when I passed my test. So I went, I'll buy the car. And, no, you buy the car. Okay then, no problem. So yeah, that was that. But I just didn't remember the first time going to fill it up, and it 42 litre tank, and it cost me £27.50 to fit.
Oh, it was delightful, wasn't it?
Back in the
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Like a tenner used to get half a tank in your first car. It was awesome.
It's amazing because I had to put some fuel in the 535 on the way here, and I never let it get low. And I was like, I need to do a splash and dash because I'm running late. I put 20 quid in. I looked down. I was like,
It didn't go anywhere.
I don't feel like it's gone anywhere. So times
Fill up again on the way home.
probably. So yeah, that's the kind of way it went. So that was my very first car anyway. Fond affections.
What was the number of registration?
D862 HFK.
You should be thinking this to see whether it's still on the road.
I checked.
Oh, it's not.
It's definitely not on the road anymore. It's definitely.
Can you
not on
remember
the road.
your first race?
No, can't remember the one I've got now.
Yeah, you never see it.
Yeah,
No, that's true. It's always in the garage.
Ask for my mechanic.
I'll say mine. D205 ESC.
D205.
that next R2?
109
Yeah.
NNE.
D was what? 85?
86.
86. Okay.
Yeah, 86.
My mum's of M, I think that's 95.
Yeah.
But yeah, that went off the road early 2000s.
Yeah, mine definitely on the road because what I did to it, I took it to the scrapyard.
I sold mine. I think I sold it. I sold it for scrap, obviously, because the engine was a paperweight by that point. But yeah, that was the first car. Fond memories of that car.
So let's carry on after that. Can
So
you remember?
Yeah, so obviously I destroyed that, and then I had a Mark II Astra,
Okay.
1.3 L, which had some very suspect paintwork, and I think it was probably about 200 kilos heavier due to the amount of filler that was on it. It didn't have a normal ignition barrel. It had an auxiliary key. The only thing I'd taken from the Nova was a parcel shelf because the speakers were the most expensive thing in it.
Oh, 6x9s.
Absolutely. Put it in the Astra, it just kept folding over, but the tunes were still. I still thought I was the best kid on the block. So I had that probably for about 2 months, and then I was driving up the Holston Road in Northampton, and I saw it. There it was, a white 1.4 SR Nova on white OZs,
Oh, nice.
and it had for sale in the window. And I thought, I've got to have it. I've got to have that car. So I went back and I bought it. I bought a K&N filter for it, but it was obviously because 1.4 was carbed. It was the top loading filter, if that makes sense. And for anyone who's watching and yourself that may know, the A45, I worked in Wellingborough at the time, and it's got a very slight incline as you go to Wellingborough. It wouldn't get up the hill in the winter because the fuel was just freezing. So I had to get a bit of a run up at that hill to get up it to get to work. So that was yes, I love that thing. Then I upgraded to an SRI. I had a 1.4 SRI, so it was fuel injected. I paid 250 quid for that. A lady had it was red.
Oh, nice.
So it was weird. So a friend of mine, he had an SRI, which I really liked, and his reg was J509 UFA. And this one,
Do you even remember your friends' regs?
yeah, well, the reason was because the SRI that I bought was J513 UFA.
Oh,
So
right.
we were like, oh, besties, it's 4 digits apart. But I bought it off a lady who had, unfortunately, her husband had passed away. And she's
Not for
like,
you.
no, not for me. But I paid 250 quid for it. I had 68,000 miles on it and a full Vauxhall history. It was incredible.
That's good going, isn't it?
And then you look at, I do keep tabs on the prices because I'd love to have another Nova at some point, something that's not rotten. But you look at the prices now, and
They're 5-figure cars now.
yeah, of course they are. Especially ones that have been looked after. So thinking about what that'd be worth now, I'm like, oh. So that was that, and then I made the jump. Then I made a big jump into a Calibra Turbo.
Yes.
Nice.
The first one,
The first one.
not the black one, the blue one.
I still remember the first one.
Do you remember the blue one?
Are you
Yeah.
the one that went to Belgium?
Yeah, we'll get on to
it's
that.
you, is it?
Yeah,
Belgium was me.
Belgium was an event.
Belgium was me.
All right.
So I bought this Calibra Turbo, and it was bone standard. It was lovely. It was exactly what I wanted. I'd saved loads of money. I'd gone down to Basingstoke area to go and pick it up, and I picked it up, and I was coming home, and it was lovely. And I was scared. I was actually quite scared of it. I'd gone from 82 horsepower to 204. I was actually a bit scared. Anyway, I was coming off the M25 onto the M1. I had it was brand new, E46 M3 behind me. And I thought, I'll show him. So I put my foot down, and as I put my foot down, the transfer box let go and spat power steering fluid all over the front of this brand new M3.
I think he was well impressed.
I mean, I don't know what the hand signals were. I think he was waving at me. I'm not sure.
He was just warning you.
Yeah, he was warning me that there was a problem.
Inclement weather coming through.
Yeah. So I turned the car around and took it back, and they went, look, it's not worth us replacing transfer box, because it was a known fault with the Kleber turbo. They went, look, it's going to cost £1,500 to replace it, so we'll just give you your money back. So I was like, and I was a little bit torn because I'd looked for a while. So yeah, that was that. That went back, and I got my money back, which was a bit of a shame. And then
the black one.
Then it was the black one.
Yeah.
So I bought the black one. I can't remember where I got it from. I got it from Nottingham or Leicester, somewhere north of Watford Gap. Obviously, nowhere north of Watford Gap exists. So I bought it from there, got it home, and it was a bit more ropey around the edges. But the first thing I did, I went to see Mike Hodder, who was at Motec, and I was like, get me some wheels. So he got me some wheels for it, put some wheels on it, and then the main tuning company for Vauxhalls at the time, from memory, was a company called EDS. So I phoned EDS. I was like, I want, give me a chip. I want to chip me. They went, well, what car is it? Tell me. I was like, I don't care, just chip me. And I was like, all right, calm down. So they sent me a stage 3 chip. And my knowledge is, because the internet weren't really much of a thing then anyway, so it was really difficult to do research. I realised I needed a load of support in mods, which I did. I went out and it had a T30, I put a T34 Garrett on it. Had a intercooler from EDS, downpipe from EDS, and the stage 3. And it went like a stink.
Yeah.
It went like a stink.
Yeah, Barry's brought it up a couple of times, actually, yeah.
It was a colossal car. It really, really was. I really enjoyed it. And then there was a rolling road day, and it made my day, because I was the last one to go on, and the rolling road operator went, we're going to need people to sit on the front because it's lifting, and I'm standing there, I'm like, of course it is. But it made 348 horsepower, brake horsepower. So it was a fast car. That was for the time. It was a quick car. Yeah, good car that.
Yeah, wicked. Have you got pictures of this?
Well, it's a bit of a sticking point because I've lost a load of my photos.
Right.
I think they're upstairs in Mum and Dad's loft. I was looking prior to when I come here.
Right.
They'll be up there somewhere. I'll forward some on. But yeah, it was
you got
mighty car.
Cool.
Yeah.
Shall we do the Belgium story now while we're fresh?
If you want to.
So, yeah.
I'll go. So we went to a Vauxhall show in Belgium, and there were several other cars. Chief among which were the 2 MSD Vectras, which I remember fondly.
Yeah, they were proper cars they were.
Proper cars. So there was that. There was a Astra Champion, 16 valve Champion, if you know the burgundy colour one, the Kleber turbo engine in it. Yeah. There was this body kitted, air rided Corsa that looked max power to it, but I think it had a 1 litre or a 1.2.
1.2.
So it struggled to do anything other than.
It just said, I'll catch up at the next service.
So spiritedly, we're all going down to Belgium, had the show. It was wicked, just pissed every night. And we're driving back, and I think we were being spirited, or you were being spirited on the way back. The needle was that way on the thing.
The fuel gauge, you mean?
Yeah, the fuel gauge. It was going down faster than that. Yeah. And then Bear just said, something's not right. And he's going along. So he's pulled over a little bit. The next minute, front wheel's fallen off. But it was one of them things where we're obviously on this side of the motorway.
Yeah.
So the hard shoulder's on your right-hand side. So me being here, I've watched this wheel go like that towards a central reservation, thinking it's going to bounce into that side of the motorway.
Yeah.
How the hell it didn't go anywhere other than come to rest in the central reservation is someone was looking down on us that day.
Absolutely.
It really was, because we were still doing just slightly under the legal speed limit when the wheel fell off, and it fucking went all over the place. But the coolest thing after that, once we composed ourselves, we had a rolling roadblock.
Did you?
Yeah. Shut the motorway to retrieve the wheel.
All right, okay.
I felt so guilty.
I bet.
Yeah.
Because we're on there, but it's like the Antwerp Ring Road. If anyone's ever driven it, you can't help but go the wrong way. It was, but I'm sure you was asleep. I'm sure you was, and you woke up.
I might,
and you were like, why are you up there and I'm down here? I'm like, because the wheel's gone that way.
Yeah, but honestly, it was a heart-stopping moment.
Yeah.
And I think what did it take us? 20 hours to get back or something like that?
You forgot the other best bit. Do you not remember Paul pulled over?
Yeah,
there was
and his girlfriend.
And his girlfriend got out of the car and then collapsed. Fainted.
For what reason?
She just fainted. She was just, I don't know. She was
low
upset.
blood sugar.
Yeah, low blood sugar.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
So you've got a British registered Calibra Turbo on 3 wheels and
carrying.
3 blokes carrying what looks like a dead body towards the back of a Vauxhall Nova. I was like, this can't get any worse. This can't get any worse.
So what was the process of getting you off the road then? Did you have to get towed off? Or?
So
Gary was lucky; he got it onto the hard shoulder.
Right.
So
he was off the road already. Yeah.
So I'd managed to wrestle it. So just prior to that, so the Calibra wasn't my daily car. I had a little pink Vauxhall Nova 1.2 to run around in, which I used for work, and the Calibra was.
Is this how you got your name Bear?
Correct. Yeah, you got me. But what I'd done is we were going on the Friday. I'd got the Calibra out on the Wednesday out the garage to check it over, and I was like, I know it's going to get a bit of hammering, and the brakes need doing. I was like, I haven't got time to do it myself. I'll book it into a garage. So there was someone who I knew who owned a garage, and I went, yeah, we'll do it. So they did it, and I got the car back. So we'd driven.
Was he like waving at you with like two nuts in his hand?
No, not quite. There was a conversation to be had afterwards, because after the wheel would come off, the police, bless them, they'd not only got the wheel back, but they're like, we've recovered three of your wheel bolts. So I was like, oh, okay. So we managed to put the wheel back on the car. Obviously couldn't drive it, but it was enough to get it rolling.
Yeah.
I phoned the AA because I made sure I had all the cover in the world, and they went, oh, this is technically an accident. You're not covered for an accident. I went, get here now. I went, I'm on the Antwerp Ring Road and I'm angry. Get here now. So they did. And then they rolled us we got back to the ferry, and the ferry were really good, weren't they?
Yeah,
they put us
brilliant.
on a area all to ourselves. And then we were met by recovery, come back into the UK. So actually, it worked really well. But
It just took a really long time.
Yeah, it did, because we were obviously travelling on the back of a wagon. But what had transpired was they'd done all the brakes on the car, and then they'd given the apprentice the job of torquing up the wheels. Because what I did was after we put the wheel back on the car, is I checked the other wheels. All the other wheels were loose as well. Oh shit! Yeah.
The weird thing about finding that out afterwards is the driving that commenced before the wheel fell off was a lot.
You were lucky, weren't you?
A lot more spirited than what had happened previous.
I get people make mistakes, but you can't make mistakes with stuff like that. So I went back to the garage, and I was met with resistance. And they said you could have had the wheels loosened by just someone who was at the show. I was like, who have I upset in Belgium that wants to kill me? I said, that ain't going to wash. I said, also, the locking wheel nut was exactly the same tightness as the rest. So they didn't really have a choice. The offset of it was that I never trusted the car again after that. For the car, it wasn't the car's fault, but I never trusted the car. And I always, even now, I've still got a wheel brace in the car.
Right.
So I check my wheels regularly and stuff like that. And it's really weird that it has that kind of mindset that actually we look back and we laugh about it.
We do now, yeah.
But actually, Barry's right. That could have gone over the other side.
Yeah.
It could have really injured. There was loads of innocent people about, and we were really lucky. And again, just prior to the wheel coming off, I'd felt something was wrong, and I'd looked underneath and I'd snapped an anti-roll bar link, and I couldn't work out why, because we were literally travelling at 60, 65 mile an hour. I was like, I'll just take it easy, and then the wheel come off. It was obviously loading the weight, but I hadn't seen that the wheel was loose. So, yeah.
You were lucky, weren't you?
Very lucky.
It was
very lucky.
Yeah, it was one to tell the grandkids.
Yeah, and the podcast.
And the podcast. No, it was it was nuts.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
So after the Calibra, you had
I had a Corsa GSI 16 valve. Loved it. Drilled the airbox.
Was that the white one?
No, it's grey.
Grey one.
The white one will come to in a minute, because that was my life changing moment. The white one. So I had a grey GSI 16 valve. It was decked. It was absolutely decked.
Oh yes, I remember now.
Coney, Avo coilovers. Avo at the time was based in Northampton.
Right.
So I went down there and went, give me some coilovers. And I went, yeah, no problem. So I had some coilovers on it. I had a set of black clay wheels on it. It was just great. And then we had the great idea to take the C16XE out, because it was an early one. It weren't an X. It was a C16XE 166. It was just underpowered. It just didn't. it had all the bells and whistles. It looked smart. Took it out, put a Calibre turbo engine in it, and it just never went round a corner ever again. It was so heavy at the front compared to because the back was all stripped out.
Yeah.
But that was great fun. That was really great fun. It just wouldn't go anywhere in first or second gear. I'd taken a lot of bits off the Calibre prior to. So
was it the engine out of your other?
No, when the engine out of a Calibre, it was another C20 let, so the 2 litre Vauxhall turbo engine at the time, which was a turboed XE essentially. Great engines, really, really great engines. But I'd found one that had it had some auxiliaries missing that I had. So I was like, well, I'll do that because it's cheap. I'll put it in because it's straight swap. It's not actually that difficult to do. But then I just felt like a bit of a child in it. Is probably the best way to put it. I was a proper child. I was like, I'm going to get into trouble in this car. So I sold it. So I sold that, and then I had a Cavalier turbo.
Yes, you
after
did.
that, which I really wanted to tick off. I really wanted a Cav. That was based around a guy who'd gone to Belgium with us called Danny, and he'd got a beautiful Cavalier turbo. That was phase 3, decked on turbo fan alloys as well. It just on the standard, and it just looks so smart.
Looking car, isn't it?
And it was a really good because everyone was driving Cozzies. Everyone was driving Cozzies and RS turbos. It was I liked the fact it was different, and quite understated compared to. I mean, they're awesome cars, the RSs and the Cozzies and stuff, but it just understated because I think you were a Vauxhall or a Ford person at the time.
Definitely.
So I fell into the Griffin camp, and I had the Cav, and it was standard. I kept it completely standard, and I run that for probably about a year, and then I felt too sensible, so then I went back to a Corsa. Don't ask me why. So sold the Cav, and then I bought the white 1.6 Sport, and then I worked in IT at the time, and I'd stripped it all out, single wiper conversion. It was on a set of another set of OC Super Leagra. It was a beautiful car, really, really lovely car. And I just got a reflection of myself in the window of me going to work in a stripped out, caged Corsa Sport, which sounded like a V8 but wasn't. And I caught a reflection of myself in the mirror of me wearing a full suit. And I was like, the people must be looking at me and thinking, what a helmet. So I made the decision then I needed something a bit more grown up.
Yeah.
So after that, I sold the Corsa and bought a Mark III Golf GTI, 8 valve. Slow, really, really slow, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It wouldn't tear the skin off a rice pudding, but I really enjoyed driving that car, and I actually felt like a bit of an adult. I think I was about 23 at this point, but I felt like a bit of an adult, and then I wanted something a bit quicker, so then I had the Mark IV GTI Turbo in the same colour. It was green. Yeah, and that took me that, and then I had a Bora. I had a Bora as well. Actually,
You did have a Bora.
I was trying to write a list this morning. The cars that I've owned, and I must have missed loads out.
You've always had a hard on for them, haven't you?
Well, yeah, I've always liked Boras. Yeah.
So I had a PD 130. It was great.
Yeah.
And then
Good
I had
engine.
that. Yeah, and then after that was then come the BMW phase. Yeah, so there we are.
Cool. You have missed out one.
I remembered that more than I remembered the Nova
Yeah.
GSI. Silk Violet on Alasios, which was the pin-up Nova at the time.
Yeah, that was a pinnacle.
And I remember the Belmont Nova over that. It's strange. It's strange how memories work.
Yeah, it was mental.
So while we're talking about the cars you've owned, this is a question that came up on the podcast last week, and so this is for you as well.
Okay.
Have you ever named a car?
Well, given one other than fucking arsehole.
No,
When it
like-
keeps breaking.
like
Was giving him a name.
Yeah, so
No, I haven't.
it came up on a podcast last week, and we were like, I think it's more of a female thing to do to actually name a car. So
No,
think it's-
I don't think I am.
No, we obviously all of us had.
All of my BMWs got names.
Have they?
Really?
Are you?
Yeah.
By you or
No,
others?
the children have an input into it.
Okay. Cool.
But I make the final decision.
What's your current one called then?
So the X3 is called Thor.
Nice.
Nice.
Because he's just brutal.
Yeah.
And the 535, I had a 535 before, an E61, which I absolutely adored. Get into that in a bit, but that was called Thunderbarge. So
Love it.
I wanted to call this one Thunderbarge 2. But even the little lad, he's 9. He only went, no, you can't. He went, that was Thunderbird. You went, that's in the past. This is in the future.
He's got his head screwed on.
So he called it. He went, what do you think about Black Panther? After the figure, I was like, yeah, okay. So the 5 Series is called Black Panther.
Cool.
But yeah, they do have all have had names.
Yeah, so I was on the way here. I was trying to remember the question so I could bring it up. Obviously, pat on the back. I did.
Well done.
But I think I'm going to call my car Trigger. Because, like, you remember Trigger's broom?
14 new handles and 18 heads or whatever it was.
My car was made in 1998 and it's got every new part on it as now as in 2025.
And it's
So
still
it's
not
like a brand new car.
You need what better? You need an M57 engine, mate.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You need to find
There's
one.
2 more things that can go wrong with it, and they will. They're touch wood. They will eventually go wrong
Go
with
on.
it. Other than that, it's going to
Gearbox?
It's gearbox and power steering. Other than that, I've changed literally everything in that car.
I'll be golden then. That'll be all right.
Just
It'll wait until it's the most inconvenient,
Yeah,
and then it'll be like,
Yeah, just having this all the suspension done now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. So, it's been a money pit, but yeah, I think
It's been emotional.
Trigger's broom, I think I'm going to call it.
it's an E39. Is it an E39?
39, yeah.
Oh, mega.
Yeah, it's a cool looking
mega
car.
car.
It is a cool looking car.
Yeah, it's great from a distance. The closer you get, the worse it gets. The more you drive it, the more it breaks.
I think open to personal interpretation, but it's probably one of the best last mechanical BMWs that they made.
Yeah, they say that. Yeah.
I had an E39 touring.
Did you?
530D.
I remember that.
I love that
Stunning
thing.
car.
Yeah, just looking at it, it was so. It just looked aggressive. It just looked really. Even when it was stationary, it looked aggressive.
Yeah.
What a car!
I mean, I that's probably the car that I drove the most, where people sort of stick your thumbs up or wave, or you get the young kids.
That fell off.
Yeah, excuse me, running up the road and bits of my car. But yeah, I've had like driving past and kids that get their phone out and take photos of it and things, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Gets mistaken for an M5 a lot, doesn't it?
It looks like an M5. That's kind of what I wanted, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to spend 20 grand on it. I probably have spent 20 grand on it.
Now, yeah.
I should have just got one.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, out of all the cars that you've had,
yeah.
if you could have one car which you wish you still owned now, what would it be? I didn't say that quite right. Out of all your cars, what's the one you wish you still had now?
The Belmont.
The Belmont.
Yeah.
Probably. There's 2. I'm going to have to narrow it down to 2. So the E61 535, because the demise of that was almost brings a tear to your eye, and then my M140. So I bit the bullet.
Oh shit! I forgot you had an M140.
I went to BMW and I was like, it was the only newish car I've actually really ever bought, and that thing was just madness.
That was the first time I experienced launch control.
Yeah.
You come and pick me up in it, and you did a launch control.
Yeah, it was that thing was just wanted to kill you.
Yeah.
It was incredible car, the engineering and everything behind it, and the B58 engine is. I mean, they use it in everything.
Yeah.
They use it in everything now. It is an absolute peach. You can get 1,000 horsepower out of them. I would say it's not relatively simple, but without too much in the way of dramatics, and that was a colossal car. But the original 535, the A61, that I was really sorry about how that demised, and I probably would still have it now if it hadn't. But here we are.
Here we are. So where did this love of cars come from?
Oh well, 2 things. So when I was really young, some of my earliest memories are watching my dad go to work. Now, my dad always had company cars, so he didn't really get much of a say, but I remember he had a Citroen BX.
Oh,
Nice.
There'll be plenty of people that will need to Google what a BX is. But what you need to know is that obviously I had a hydraulic suspension.
That's right, yeah.
So my dad used to go out in the car, wait for me to appear at the window, and then he would put the suspension up so we could drive off.
Brilliant.
And I thought it was witchcraft.
Yeah.
I was in absolute wonderment over that. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing, I remember I was doing a tip run with my dad. And as I've mentioned, most of my family work for Vauxhall, and they're not into cars. They're not really car people. They've worked for a company, but they've got a relative level of understanding. And someone had dumped an engine at the tip. And my dad was pointing out what the different parts of the engine were. He went, that's the block, that's the crank, that's the head, that's where the oil goes, that's where the water pump would be. And I remember thinking, I get it. I get cut. DIY, I am shocking, like awful. I've had to put some pictures up in the house, and I keep having to go check they've not fallen down. But cars and engines, I understand. I understand a little bit, and that's where it come from. And I think it was set quite early.
Yeah,
it's interesting you say that about the dad.
A few have said that, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Yeah. But it just reminded me, my dad always used to get, he never had a company car at work, but whenever he had to travel a lot, work would hire him a car.
Oh, okay.
And he had a Merc 190 one day. Mm-hmm. And I distinctly remember it's the first time I saw a single wiper.
Yeah.
But the single wiper, went like that, and then it kind of went like that as it went on. It blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
So, really cool,
a little thing that reminded me about it.
Also, as well, I remember like my dad, he had a Peugeot 309 style. It was called. It was a one.
These names.
I don't know, but it was a 1.9 straight diesel. It weren't turbo, and he had it as a brand new company car. And he said the salesman at Peugeot said to him, he said, "You will not have to open this engine up until you hit 250,000 miles."
Really?
And my dad was like, I don't think so. Anyway, my dad used to do 60,000, 70,000 miles a year, so it didn't take him long to work out the mileage. And Dad left the company, and he bought the car for £1. He bought it off the company for £1.
Brilliant.
And he run it to 290,000. And I said to him, I was like, take it back to Peugeot for a service, see what they say. And he went back, and it was the same salesperson. And he remembered selling him. He remembered selling him the car. He went, what's the mileage? 290. Any problems? No? Happy days. And it was like, it was incredible. But I distinctly remember going to see family in Luton, because we'd moved to Northampton by that point, and Dad would get on the motorway and we wouldn't be overtaken.
Wow.
I remember sitting in the back seat. And
is that what Aidan turned up in the other day?
Yeah, 309. Yeah.
You loved that, didn't you?
It was pretty cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was just so rare to see one on the road these days.
Well, I drove it. So before I bought the Nova, the 1.3, without the cherry bomb, not bitter at all. But he
still keeps him up at night.
Yeah, keeps me awake at night. He allowed me to use his car. He was like, if you're going out or whatever, he said, just use the car. He went, just don't crash it. Just don't crash it. Okay. Well, I didn't crash it, so that was all right. Yeah.
So, what should we ask you next? What's your next car going to be?
That is a really difficult question. We're probably relatively set. I really want a project next.
Okay.
So I'm relatively settled with what we've got at the moment in the household. But I really want either a 650i coupe or an 8 Series. So if I buy an older 8 Series, the 850s are really difficult to find, and they're really big money.
I know which one it is. V12. Jason, the guy that was on last week. His dad's got one.
I was just about to say you need a V12 with the phone and everything.
So I think the 6 Series, it's Marmite. I think the 6 Series is Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. I quite like them.
I do.
So I think actually when you look at the entry point, even for a 645, which is obviously a V8 as well, they're super cheap. I know they're cheap for a reason, but
because before I bought mine, I started looking at them and thought that's a lot of car for the money.
Yeah,
but why?
Yeah,
but then a lot of people say that they're not very reliable.
I just need something that I could take everyone out in, rather than just me. So, but there's something along those sort of lines. I think maybe.
Cool.
Proof will be in the pudding. We'll see what happens. So
that popped up on that LF Games, weirdly enough, this morning.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's just the look of them. I remember seeing them roll down the road, and I remember seeing one as a kid. I remember seeing a brand new one on an H plate or J plate, I think. What is that?
It's well ahead of its time, isn't it?
Absolutely,
that car.
Yeah. And it's got pop-up headlights, so obviously it's cool.
I think the girl I went out with when I was like 12 or 13, her dad had one. And it was on their drive, and I was like, "You're rich."
So them things go from anything from say like 10 grand up to 30 grand, don't they? Now
you can spend
what you get.
Yeah, it clearly depends on
the only thing I would say, and if I was to get one, the first thing I'd do is change the wheels. Every one I see, the wheels are always far too small for the car.
Like
but then that's because it was made in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Also as well, the 8 Series as well, they're designed as GT. They were designed as a GT car. They weren't...
Bigger profile
tires, so it's more wafty than sporty. Whereas the 6 Series, although the looks are subjective, of course, but... You get a 645 or a 650 and put an exhaust on it. It just sounds like you're waking the dead. They're great engines, the N62. So Yeah, we shall see. We'll see.
So, money no object, 5-car garage.
Oh, why? Right.
I think I can name 2 of yours already from knowing you.
Go on.
XJ220.
Yeah.
And
Did you say you see one of them the other day on the road?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. When I used
There
to
can't
work,
be that many on the
No,
road.
there is. I think there's 60 odd left. When I used to work at Lister, I do work for Jaguar Heritage.
Right.
And I'm sure I sent you a photo 10,
Yeah,
12
you
years ago.
did.
There was about 6, all in for work and restoration.
The
King of Sweet
thing
Shop.
about them was the story behind it as well, because
Yeah.
Jaguar sold it. It was going to be a V12 with all-wheel drive. It was going to be four-wheel drive, and they didn't. They got a V6 twin turbo out of a Metro.
Is that where it's from?
Yeah,
It's from their Metro 6R4 rally
It's
car.
from
Is it
Metro
really?
6R4
Yeah.
rally car. So, but a load of buyers cancelled their order, which has obviously created mud, but it was still biblically quick.
Yeah.
And it was obviously born in the oil crisis, the same time as the EB110.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. That would definitely be one.
That's got to be a £1 million car now, isn't it?
Not quite.
Is it not?
No.
Not far off.
I think they're about half.
Oh, right, okay.
But I think the trajectory for them is
Will
to
be, yeah.
go like that.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I think a P1's another one you've uttered.
Yeah, pay one.
Yeah, so that's another £1 million car.
Pay one and just be just everything behind it, the mechanical expertise and engineering and what they've done to make that car. That is a no compromise car, and I love that. I love it when there's no compromise. Not the fact that they don't care about the customer, they're doing it because they can, and I love that.
Yeah.
The thing that staggers me about that now, those cars are 12 years old now.
Yeah, I know.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because whenever I see one, and I've been lucky to see a few of them, they stop me in my tracks.
I bumped into Mark McCann.
Did you?
Yeah, at a petrol station in Northampton at Grange Park with his interesting number plate on it. And I just walked over to him. Look, I know you get this all the time. I said, do you mind if I just have a quick look? I said, I'm not going to ask you for a photograph. I don't really care about you. I just want to look in your car. And he laughed. And I just had a around. I was like, what a car. He was like, he said, it's all right if you're careful with it. He said, if you try and wring its neck, it'll wring yours back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, yeah, it tells me all I need to know.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah. So that would be in there. E30 M3.
Cool.
Yeah, E30 S14 engine. Probably the best sounding 4-cylinder of all time. Go at me in the comments. But you can't.
Chris, what was his name?
Chris Smith, yeah.
Chris Smith.
Italian now.
Yes, a shit house.
E46 M3 CSL.
Yeah. Induction noise.
So a friend of mine in Newport Pagnell, he's got both of them. He's got an M3, E30 M3, and he's got an E46 CSL.
You
And
want to be a guest?
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
They are biblically good.
Yeah.
Like biblically good. Like it has actually got the cardboard floor. It has only got the one button on the steering wheel, and the noise of the thing is just incredible. And probably a fifth car, maybe an F40. Probably an F40.
Yeah.
I'm not a Lambo fan. I'm not a Lamborghini fan, but that would probably be my garage. I just don't know what I'd use as a daily. I'd probably...
Well, fuck the daily.
Yeah, screw the daily.
That's probably one part, aside from the guest last week where I went in, that's probably one of the most expensive 5-car garages we've had so far. What we tend to find with the garage, people have gone away from the high exotic ends of the car market. They've gone for more personal cars, haven't they?
Yeah.
Cars that have
something
struck a chord in their childhood, or
I think I said that. I mean, what part of any form of sense says to go and buy a Vauxhall Nova?
yeah,
But if one come up at the right price,
You'd go and buy it.
I'd go and buy it because it's the memory, not just how good or bad the car was, but the memory behind it.
Yeah.
It's my first car. I had a lot of really good memories, not just with the car, but with people and everything else, and even a Calibra or a Cavalier or something like that, because it was the cars I drive now are far better.
Yeah.
But the memories of those cars are completely different.
Yeah.
So it's interesting when you get people saying, I remember Chris Harris talking about and it's probably one of the best videos I've ever seen on YouTube, apart from Gasoline Junkies. Was Chris Harris talking about his E28 M5.
Yeah.
And it's a really old video because he's got hair. But he said the bodywork isn't great, but mechanically it's bob on. And he was sliding it about it's clear love for the car. I know he had it stolen recently as well, didn't he? And got it back. But it's an old. But that would be very close to my 5-car garage as well, an E28 M5. Wow. Just for the story behind it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Great answers. Yeah.
Enjoyed that. So, best movie car chase.
Transporter.
Really?
Yeah, Transporter. Jason Statham in an E28.
Oh.
Sorry, E38 even. E38
The first one
Series.
then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he went on to Audis, didn't he?
Yeah.
After that?
Well, weirdly,
I think he went on to A8s.
if you watch the film, it's badged as a 735. It's not. It's a 750. It's got a V12 in it. So you look at it. There's some anomalies in the film. I mean, I'm really sad. I've just realised how bad that sounds.
No. If you hadn't have said it,
The first time you said it out loud, didn't it?
I would have said the continuity on that opening chase is woeful.
You'll
it is.
probably find
It is.
that the one that you've just clocked there was the stunt car. And
Probably because the alloy wheels
maybe.
change about 6 times during the car chase.
I'll have to find my contacts in Hollywood and see what I don't. But I just remember the car. It was a car. It was the way it was driven and the cinematography of it.
Yeah.
I was like, the way that thing's moving is just.
I have to watch it again, actually.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty nice.
I really-
So that's probably my favourite movie car. A BMW 7 Series.
So that would be your...
Sorry, Russ.
No.
Didn't mean to go over you. That's the chase. Is it your favourite car as well from any movie?
It probably is. Also, Eleanor, the Shelby GT500. Just the look of it. There's just something about that car.
Did you see what Jason was telling us about? How they done a fiberglass kit for a Ford Sierra. Did you? I know you don't watch the podcast, so you wouldn't have seen.
You haven't put it out yet, you.
I have.
It is out.
It is out.
I mean, you were sat there when we were talking about
Yes,
it.
yeah.
No, but so it was out. It was
Wake up,
last,
Barry.
it was last week's podcast.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So he mentioned that they did a fiberglass body kit that went onto the Sierra.
Sierra
and we were
floor
all
pan,
like,
wasn't it?
yeah. Well, but when I researched it, it looks identical.
Really?
Absolutely, it's amazing. Like I'm just like, I would have one of them all day long. I think you actually joked about it. It's probably on like a 1.4 Sierra.
Yeah, be on like a 1.3 GL or something like that.
Try and start it up
Or
against a
a
diesel.
But yeah, I'd love to be able, to see one in the flesh, because sometimes you see remember the Ferrari 355. From a distance they look great, but when you go up to them, the length of them's not quite right, is it?
Yeah.
Or
You mean the replicas?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're a Pontiac Ferreros
Or
MR2s.
Yeah.
And
which-
the track was always wrong.
Yeah.
You could tell the track was always
So
wrong.
it'd be interesting to see one in the flesh to see what the size of it and how wide it is, isn't it? But yeah.
Cool. Have you had any points on your licence?
No,
Really?
and I haven't got any on my police licence either.
Oh, so you have
Oh,
two
so you have
licenses?
two?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep, so we have police licences. So if we're obviously we're held to account as we should be.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't necessarily just get 3 points. We could get 6.
Okay.
Spread it between both.
Yeah, 4 on that one. So no, I haven't got any points. On
This is going to be an
license.
interesting question then, the next one. What's the fastest you've been in a car?
So I had for my 21st, I had a F355.
Okay, with you.
You did,
Yes.
but they blanked off the speedo.
All right.
I think it's because they didn't want people driving down the back straight at Beckett's or Maggotts at Silverstone get scared and like jump out.
Yeah.
But I had it to 7,500 RPM in 6th gear, so that I don't know what that would.
It must be 130, 140, something like that.
Must be something like that. The Kleber was off the clock. I had the Kleber off the clock past 160. The needle kept going because they weren't limited to 155. The chip took care of that as well, but that kept going. But I don't know what it was officially. But that was on a track day. Yeah, probably 165, 170, maybe, I would say, driving.
So I'm going to caveat that question. What's the fastest you've been in pursuit in your job, if you've got involved in them sort of things?
Obviously, in law, we have an exemption to break the speed limit.
Yeah.
But it's got to be proportionate to what we're doing.
Yeah.
So by that, I mean, if we were going to a report of a parking obstruction, for example, not that it'll ever be a blue light run, but if it was, we're not going to be travelling at warp speed 7 to get there. But ultimately, if you need us, then we're coming as quickly, as safely as we can. But we have to balance that with the needs of the public as well, because Lee Evans said it, and I saw it in one of his clips, the comedian, and he said the standard of driving in this country is actually quite good, but you get a car with blue lights on behind you and people forget what to do. it does make me laugh, and you do get it.
Sorry to interrupt, but I was at the traffic lights the other day, and at the city centre, and I was parked on the right side. There was a car parked on the left, and then this police car come up towards us. But I was quite lucky. I was in my Mrs. Mini, and I had a fair bit of room that side, so I just kind of like moved over a bit. The car that was next to me, I'm sure it was some kind of Golf or something. It had really nice wheels on it, and he went up the curb, and I was just like, I wouldn't have done it.
We would never expect anyone to do that.
Yeah, and I was just like, he's probably fucked his wheels completely now. I was like, they're going to have to wait.
but yeah, people do try and be helpful, and you think, please don't, because I don't want you to hurt your car. We will find a way. We'll find a way of getting there. But yeah,
is it true that if you're at the traffic lights and they're red, and the police car comes behind you, flashing, your initial thing is to move out the way from him, but if you go over the red light, you can get done for it.
Technically, because there's no exemption for members of the public to go through a red light, even with the presence of an emergency vehicle behind you. So what I would do in those circumstances is I'd probably just kill everything on the police car. If I can't get past you by going on the wrong side of the road, I don't want to force you through a red light and essentially commit an offence.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just kill the lights and sirens, and then when the lights change green, then we go.
Off you go.
Because it's important that we look after members of the public as well. That people get to their destination. There's no point us driving like fools and not getting somewhere and causing an accident. So
All right. So back to your question about how fast. What was it? How fast he's been in that police chase?
Just wondered how fast he'd been.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Not with. I
suppose you don't look at that sort of thing because you've got other things on your mind.
More concentrating on the road.
Yeah.
Well, we'll fire a load of questions at you because you're here, but don't answer them if you don't want to.
That's fine.
So, what's been the best police car you've drove?
One of his Beamers, I would say.
Best play. It's difficult. We've had a few. So the 530Ds were cracking cars. The E70s. The X5s were really good as well. They had the same M57 engine in them. We've had Octavia VRSs.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, the 2-litre turbo petrol TFSI. A really capable car. RGD cars for where I work at the minute, we've got Skoda Octavia 1.5 turbos.
Okay.
They're brilliant.
Are they?
They're really good cars. For what we need them for as general response vehicles.
Is that what you had?
I had a Superb.
Oh, okay.
They're really, really good cars.
Because you see a lot of Peugeots at the moment, police cars, don't you?
Yeah.
Or in Milton Keynes, they do.
Here, yeah. We haven't got them where I am so much. But yeah, generally speaking, they're pretty good. We've had Ford Focuses as GD cars as well. They're all relatively good. They're all fit for purpose, is probably the best way. But if talking,
was it Hot Fuzz? Where they did the Astra, didn't they? So they had an Astra chasing an Astra because they knew that the Astra would never be able to keep up with anything else. It was like an in-house joke, wasn't it? It was quite funny.
Yeah. What did he have in the end in that film? He had an Impreza, didn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
the jam sandwich type one, wasn't it?
To be fair, if you go, even if you Google it, police cars around the country, you'll get a few decent results.
Yeah.
For cars that have either been on test or whatever else, but they have to be such an all-encompassing vehicle for everything. It's difficult. You can't just turn and say, "Well, I want an aerial atom."
Aerial atom and a machine gun.
I'd love an aerial atom, but unfortunately, I'm going to get to a job and not be able to do anything with it because I can't. I've got no paperwork. I've got nothing with me. So it's we've had some really good cars over the years, I would say.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what's next.
Okay. So what like keeping in the police theme? What's the most embarrassing thing you've seen somebody do to their car? Or most illegal thing that you've seen someone do to their car?
That's a good one. Ooh. The most illegal mod.
Even at worst, like Kagan used to watch.
Most illegal?
And that's right. And they see a chase, but they chase the Morris Minor. What,
for about 10 foot?
He spun it and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some people make questionable choices.
Yeah.
It's probably the best way of putting it. But then I think back to what we did when we were younger, sort of drilling airboxes and stuff. But underglow lights.
Oh, okay.
Neons.
Yeah.
Oh, neons. That's it. Thank you. They're a bit of a pain.
It's made a resurgence, though, isn't they?
I think even as a member of the public, sometimes you look at the condition of general vehicles on the road.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you think, how was that on the road?
Yeah.
Kind of legally and stuff. Trying to think of anything specific.
We could be old, actually. How many people? What's the most people you've seen in one car?
In a normal 5-seater.
Yeah.
8, I think.
Christ.
Yeah, 8, I think.
Was any of them in the boot?
No,
We won't say that. We won't mention.
No, they were on the back seat, and it's just the thing is with it. It's just.
Is it like a
safety.
comedy sketch? Is it like coming out?
I did actually. Yeah, you kind of sit there and you think, how many more people? Because you can't see. You can't always see. So people start getting that kind of think. Are you counting? Yeah, so you do get, and in a way, I get it. People transport's expensive, but you got to be safe. You can't, you can't do two trips if you have to. Probably the most interesting one, and I'm sure a lot of people resonate with this, is just people with loads. Not with people, but with loads. Where you see a piece of wood, and then you think you're going to decapitate a cyclist. It's and you sit there and you think sometimes the choices people make, you just what were you doing? It's one of them, but. Yeah, more loads than people, I would say.
Okay.
Especially when you see the back of the car like that, you think, what are you carrying? What's it? I'm taking a load of rubble to the tip. Okay, well, the front wheels of your car are not actually touching the floor. You might want to sort that out. Yeah.
I do want to ask one thing. If you ever got involved in like pulling people over for speeding, or your ANPR camera went off and it flagged something, what, if you can remember, is the funniest excuse someone's given you who you've pulled over?
So a lot of the time, especially when I've stopped people, I'll say, "Am I stopping you from getting to a medical emergency?" And I'm not being facetious. I'm genuinely asking people, if you're trying to get to a hospital because your loved one or I'm taking you. It's as simple as that. I'm going to facilitate you getting there because I'd want someone to do that for me. But I stopped. It went, yeah, I'm speeding. I was like, okay. But can I ask why? I'm like, okay.
Did you give him a ticket or not?
No, I didn't. I was like,
you've got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, I was like, look, it's not. Don't get points on your license or a court appearance. You know, if you need to. Yeah, I tried to make it quick as well. I was like, I forgot the race my rear. It's like, yeah, I really need to go. I'm like, okay.
What about like boy racer meets? Do you ever attend those? Or?
No. The problem, I think it's got a little bit of a, and I'm talking as a member of the public, but I think they've got a little bit of an image problem at the minute, especially with social media and stuff. You see people doing real naughty stuff, and especially when you've got videos circulating of people doing drifting and burnouts on public roads, and then you just see people get knocked over by Skittles. And you
mentioned this the other day, didn't you? There's a thing where they shut a road off.
It's more in America. They call what do they call it? They call it a takeover. But American intersections are massive compared to us, and there's just hundreds of people, and then there's just donuts, and just
somebody always seems to get run over.
Yeah,
it's mad.
But it's almost. It seems encouraged to get in the way of a car to get that shot on your phone. But then
maybe
you just get walloped by the car.
Maybe it could be a desire for
getting that shot.
Instagram likes or TikTok videos or whatever. I don't know, but I think that there needs to be a definitive place other than your sort of bona fide car shows for people to be proud of what they've achieved and what they've done. There needs to be some kind of excuse upon a vehicle for that. But it's the antisocial part of it and the dangers that go with it as well. So a lot of the time it is education of people and just say, look, you've paid a lot, especially when you're young and you've paid a lot of money for a car. You're like, look, don't lose it.
Yeah.
Don't lose your car.
Yeah. And your insurance.
Don't hurt anybody and don't hurt yourself, because the worst part of my job is having to go to someone's door and me out on.
Oh, it must be horrible, yeah.
That's the worst part of the job, especially when it's something which, to all intents and purposes, is probably preventable just through sort of road safety.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So obviously with boy racer background ish.
Yeah.
Do you ever sort of like pull anyone over, or have you ever pulled anyone over just because you want to look at their cars?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. A lot of the time, I wait for them to. No, I haven't. I have. There have been people where either I've been going somewhere to a job and I've seen a car and I've gone, mate, your car's. That's lovely.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of people go, do you want to come and have a look?
Yeah,
I'll come and have a look. But even when we work sort of Silverstone for the F1 and stuff, you got a lot of the manufacturers there, and they're all very like, come and have a look. So it's really good. So I've never purposely stopped someone to have a look at their car, but if I see it in a natural environment, I'll stop and I'll talk to people.
Yeah.
And it's great, especially when you go to certain parts of town or whatever, especially certain parts of the weekend where people are getting their Ferraris out and whatever else, and they're polishing them and putting them straight back in. You go, so yeah, it's good for that. But you just take the opportunity to talk to people. And it's great because most people because you get to people talking about themselves. Case in point, they won't stop.
Yeah.
So
hence why we started this, to be honest. Yeah, it's literally for that reason, wasn't it?
So yeah, it's really, and when you get someone talking, when they realise you're Petrolhead as well.
Yeah.
Like, oh, right, talk about this, talk about that. And the amount of people, and again, those memories, like, I had a Cleveland turbo. I had this, I had that. Oh, I had causes. Oh, right, okay. So it's the way it works out.
I think that's really good as well because you guys get a really bad rap these days, don't you? I think what I'm trying to say, and I kind of go off on little tangents like that, it gives a human element to you guys as well, that you're human, but you're petrolheads at the same time. And I think that's really quite endearing.
This is the thing. This is the thing that gets me about driving on public roads as well, because especially, it don't matter where you are, you'll be driving down a dual carriageway or whatever else, and you get someone go 89 miles an hour. But when you're in a police car, everyone's like
10 to 2.
and you get people. Now, if I'm on a dual carriage or whatever, I will sit at 60-ish.
Yeah.
So people can go past. I'm not, because if you sit at 70, you'll get a brave one come out, and they won't make eye contact with you as they go past the 70. So you try and kind of prevent that as well, because you just want the traffic to flow. But some people seem to think that we're robots that get plugged into the station at night or whatever else.
I was a dickhead the other day. I was going to work. I do a lot of work in Derby now, and on the A50.
How many miles do you do a week?
A lot. I'm not going to say the number.
Damn it. But you can get back to this. We were going to start playing a game, right? So every time I say, well, the audience have got to do a shot, so they're going to get hammered by the end of the thing. I say it's far too much. I didn't realise how much I say until I started editing. And you bring up your 1,000 miles a week. So we were going to do every time he says that.
I haven't done it for a while, so I'm going to have to stop saying it.
Yeah.
Basically, what I didn't know was an unmarked car pulled out into my lane without indicating.
Right.
Me being slightly late for work, I kind of tailgated him for a few seconds up to about, I'm going to say about 85-ish miles, and then realised I better stop. It was only when I pulled off to go to where I was, he sat there on the side, the blue lights come on in the back, arm comes out the window like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got pulled over?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought you were just... Oh, shit, I didn't realise
No, I
that.
got a massive telling off. But my caveat was, if I knew I was wrong, and I knew I needed a shit, I knew I was wrong and I fully admitted it. Yeah. But I also corrected him because my car's got an inbuilt dash cam. He pulled into my lane without indicating, and he went, "Oh, feck up."
Yeah, but you did this.
Yeah.
But I didn't say it's your fault. I said, yes, I'm a dick. However, I just like to point out your minor indiscretion. Yeah. He was like, yeah, feck up.
Would that have pissed you off if that was...
No, not really. Right, no, not really. If I've done something moody, then, and I don't realise, then the thing is, we're people as well. We're members of the public. We're still members of the public. We're just paid members of the public to look after other people.
It did make me laugh.
I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with that.
No, but I said it with no malice. You know, I was general. I meant
sometimes it's not what you say; it's how you say it.
Yeah, I meant it with absolute no malice. I held my hands up. Yeah, I drove like a bit of a prick then. To be honest, I shouldn't have tailgated you, but yeah, it was all well and good. I went to work. I was very sheepish. 10 to 2.
How did you say sorry?
Pardon?
How come you say sorry?
About 7 or 8. Yeah.
How many times did you tell me you're doing 1,000 miles away?
More than that, about 20. Yeah, just.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
You were lucky, really. You
I
only
was
went to 85.
very fucking lucky. Yeah. Yeah, it's just when you see them blue lights, you do immediately need a shit. And it's kind of forced because you think, fuck.
Oh, dear.
Because you're down to how many points on your licence now?
None at the minute.
Oh, right, okay.
I've got no points.
Yeah,
none. I have a clean licence for the first time in.
Barry had a run in, for, it's probably, 6 months? of interviewing people that he was like up there with the leaderboard. Wasn't
Yeah,
he?
I've had 36 points.
That used to be our question, and I think Richie was on, wasn't he? And he had untold amount of points.
There was one.
Crushed it.
I can't remember what he said. It's an absolute something, wasn't it?
Yes, 24 or something, wasn't it? Absolute 24 or something.
Yeah. It was. I can't remember what he said. We'll have to look it back up. But it was basically he got done for every traffic offence at one go.
Wow. The thing is,
didn't this new license come like, was it him, like 2
Yes.
days, and luckily it put on the old, but it's new one, and
Yeah.
it's clear.
Yeah.
Dodged
Yeah.
it.
the thing is, you can lose your license with 4 ball tyres.
Yeah.
I suppose you
Yeah,
can,
'cause it's
can't
3
you?
points a
Each
tyre,
one,
isn't
That's
it?
the thing, especially with all the cameras and stuff. You could do one journey and lose your
Bye-bye
license.
license.
If you're not careful.
Yeah, well, I'll have to look back. I'll have to rewatch the podcast for.
You don't watch any of them.
What was it called? It was a something.
Yeah.
We'll look it back up anyway. Don't want to digress. Would you own an electric car?
No,
Full stop.
full stop.
Okay.
I like combustion.
Yeah.
There are reasons behind it, and I think that they have got a place. And I was thinking about this on the way down actually, because I was looking. There are a lot of EVs, generic EVs around now, and I get they've got a place. They're cheaper. You don't need to do a certain amount of servicing, but sometimes I just think the simplistic options or explanations are easy. If I fill up my 5 Series, I drive it until it's out of fuel, and then I put some more in. I'm not waiting for X amount of time on a supercharger or whatever, where I've got to go and spend money and have a coffee or whatever else. So the best way of putting it, I think the combustion engine at the minute, the way it looks at, it's sort of the iPhone 17, and I think that the EVs are probably about iPhone 5 at the minute.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more to do with the infrastructure and everything else, and they need to get the weight down. But
Yeah.
you can't argue with the performance. The performance of them is blistering.
Yeah.
Some of them anyway. The performance is blistering. But I don't feel any form of affinity with any electric vehicle at the moment. None. I don't look at an electric vehicle and think, oh, I want that. I want that.
The only one that's really sparked an interest for me recently is the new Renault 5. I see one the other day in the flesh, and I was well impressed with it.
I think they look really smart.
They
actually.
do look-
They look
do
smart,
cool.
and they're really cheap.
Yeah.
Well, in comparison to other electric cars, they're
I think the thing is, I think that a lot of, if you're going to use it to bimble around town or whatever else, and not have that many long journeys,
yeah.
it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. But
I mean, for Barry, 1,000 miles a week.
yeah, absolutely.
You've said it more than I have today.
So how many miles was it? I can't remember. Yeah, you're right. It's completely.
Yeah, but for around town, like your missus going shopping, dropping the kids off, it's probably perfect.
Yeah, the thing is, I look at the. I know I keep harping on about it, but I look at the 5 Series and I think it's got monstrous performance. I can carry all the kids in it. I can carry bikes in it.
You can do 1,000 miles a week.
I can do 1,000 miles a week in it. I could go to Europe in it. I could. It's an everything car. It does everything. I could sit on a motorway and cruise at 60 mile an hour. If I want to take it to an autobahn, I could stretch its legs. I could go to the tip. I could do everything. And I just don't think those EVs are at that point yet where you can do loads of that running about and then think, I'll do a splash and dash. I'll put 20 quid in. So I don't think they're quite there yet for me. And I know it's a personal choice and personal opinion. But I'm still a combustion guy.
Do you think the police force will ever go electric?
I think we'll have to.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to at some point, yeah. I think there's going to be certain circumstances where it would be of benefit, but in other parts not, because it depends on the geography that they're covering. If you think about London or something like that, then maybe probably. But if you think about Thames Valley, as an example, well, actually, you different parts of the police force might need different types of vehicles to do their role, depending on what they're doing. So I don't know, but I think at some point we probably will. I would imagine, which will be interesting times. We've just got light automatics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We don't really do automatic vehicles. All the BMWs were autos, obviously, but all the GD cars were generally manuals. But now they're switching and going to start becoming autos.
All right.
Which means we've got to do another driving test, another course.
Really?
Yeah. To make sure we can drive them.
An automatic?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think you'd need to do that, would you?
I can see why.
Go on.
I can see why. I can't explain why.
I can see if it was the other way around. If you was
Yeah.
You know, like obviously you can't pass your test in an automatic and then drive a manual, can
Correct.
No, that's right.
If you pass test in manual, you
Maybe
can
I was
drive
thinking
both.
about it the other way around.
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
So why then? Why?
So
if you've
with
been
any,
driving-
with any new skill or any new piece of equipment, I have to check for competence is the best way of putting it, because actually you're being let loose with that piece of kit. And they've got to make sure you can use it properly. So it doesn't really matter what it is. They like to check that you can use those pieces of kit, whatever it is, whether it's a car, whether it's whatever it is, appropriately. Which I'm all for, to be honest, because there are people that even that you look at and you go, oh, I can't believe how you're driving that. So it's important to make sure it's checked, I think.
So do you have to do like regular advanced driving courses then? Do you?
Yeah, every 3 years.
Oh, wow.
I'd love to do
I
one
wouldn't
of them,
mind. Yeah, I would like to do one.
Yeah, it's good.
just to see how bad a driver I am. Really,
it's really good. It's really, really good. And the trainers are brilliant as well. They've proper got balls of steel as well.
Yeah.
It's,
where do you go to do that? Is it like a track or?
No, all over. So a lot of the training we do on the road, we actually do on the road, because it's the environment that we're working in.
Yeah.
You don't want to sterilise it, because if you sterilise it, then I don't know if you can do it in the actual environment. So it's it's good. It's a good course. Every cop looks forward to their driving refresher, I would say.
I'm going to move it off police for a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Do what you want.
What's the most beautiful car in the world, in your opinion?
XJ220.
Cool.
I love the XJ220. I always have.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it harks back to the story, but the body, it's the slats across the back.
Yeah.
The fact that the rear lights are hidden, the aerodynamics of it, just everything about it is just stunning. And again, same as you, the ones that I've seen, I can't get over how long they are.
Yeah, just long and wide.
You know, and I can get where the inspiration for the Spade Tail come from, to be honest. But you look at it and you think, it's one of them cars I'm looking at, and I've been looking at this car for 10 minutes and I've not
I don't think I've ever seen one of them in the flesh yet.
Have you not?
No.
It's amazing when you see one that you look at the interior, the fabric on the seats. It's the same as in an Escort XR3i.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. What was the switchgear from in them? I can't remember.
It was from
Was it
XR3s.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was a mismatch of parts.
Yeah.
Is it like
really
what the
was.
Aston Martins used to do? They used to steal bits from everyone
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
But the body on it was
Body
just-
sensational.
It's
Ahead of its time,
incredible.
isn't it? Very,
Absolutely,
very
it was.
futuristic.
I still love looking at an F40. I think they're stunning as well.
I don't like that's the one with the double headlights, isn't it? You got the pop-up lights
Yeah.
and then you got the other lights. I don't see the point of that. I was looking at them the other day and I was like, I don't understand why they've done that.
I don't think there is a point to them.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I
didn't need it,
think
did
you're right.
Yeah, I think if you had an F40 and you were worried about having two sets of headlights, you shouldn't really have an F40.
Yeah, that's true. For me, I think it's a design fault.
What was that video? There was that video.
It's going to upset some people, isn't it?
Don't let Enzo in. There was that video, that guy somewhere in Scandinavia who floored his F40 and just sent it straight into a tree. Did you see that?
Yep. There's been several of them.
Time
That happened on the A5 around here.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, it was round about Christmas time. I know someone who works for the guy. And I've met the guy before when I worked for Listen. Lovely guy, very astute businessman, has an F40, pride and joy. Sent it in for a service. Geezer was driving it back from the service to test it, floored it on a wet road, wrapped it around a tree. And I think
It wasn't the same apprentice that Daniel Wills, was it?
Well, might have been actually, but I think it was the highest mileage F40 in the country. And when the geezer wrapped it around a tree or a lamppost, he fucked it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's proper fucked.
There's no like Matt Armstrong coming to save that one.
I don't think Matt Armstrong could save that one,
Saving
mate.
beyond him, I think.
No,
That's.
but yeah, that's gone. I think sadly it's gone.
I don't know if you saw the McLaren F1 technically can't be written off now.
Yeah, because it's worth too much
It's
money.
worth too much
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can't be written off because it's worth so much
It's
money.
worth so much money
it's
that the
always gonna be
repairs
worth
will outweigh. The repairs will never come to the true value of the car.
That's impressive, isn't it?
That's mad.
Yeah.
Because Rowan Atkinson, he crashed his like 3 times, and we're not talking like a little bit of paint on the wing. We're talking like we've got to take the front end off.
Banged it, yeah.
I think he did the front, the rear, and a side.
Yeah.
From memory, I can't remember. I might be wrong, but I know he did untold damage to his F1. Incredible stuff.
But then after that, he still sold it for about 12 million quid.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sold it for serious money. Yeah.
It was a used and abused McLaren F1.
Yeah.
Some people probably wanted that. Whoever bought it probably wanted that. The fact it had been used.
Yeah, I think the story behind that would be pretty epic.
I was watching a guy the other day, some American, I can't remember what they're called now. Some American guy, big guy, big ginger beard, and he basically bought a Rolls Royce Phantom or something that's been.
He put Cummins in it.
Put Cummins in it.
Yeah.
I saw that.
But he said the engine that's in it now, somebody had sold it for table art basically, and he's got 75 grand for it. For the engine that was it. So he's like, this is going on eBay if anyone wants that.
What, for the 6 3/4 litre?
Yeah.
What do we?
Yeah.
75 grand.
Yeah.
Take your engine out. See what you can get for that. That's mad. But yeah, Cummins in a Rolls is epic.
It is. It
Yeah.
was impressive, actually. Although it was the first time I watched this guy. And did you watch much YouTube?
Yeah,
other than obviously Gasoline Junkies.
Other than that,
It was the first time I watched it, and he just don't seem to do anything. I don't know whether he got to that point where he doesn't need to do anything anymore. But he just kind of like he's the one talking on the camera all the time, and then he's just got people running around just fixing everything. And obviously he just takes for me, he just took all the credit for everything everyone
That's
else
the
had
way
done.
to do it.
So it's just done. I was like,
That is the way-
yeah.
that's mad.
It's quite cool.
Yeah.
Channel.
You need to get some employees like that, didn't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do, mate. What should we ask you now? What are your rants about driving?
Rants?
Yeah.
right.
It's good. Go
You shouldn't have opened this Pandora's box.
No, because I think I went off, didn't I?
You always go off on this
do.
one.
Middle lane hogging.
Yes.
I knew he was going to say this.
They're just. It's inherently built into us, I think, that we just feel safe
Yeah.
in there.
So have you ever pulled anyone over for doing it?
No, I haven't.
'Cause you
No.
can, can't you?
You can, yeah. You can get a ticket for it. It's a specific offence now as well. So, but I think sometimes people are in their own little world,
Yeah.
and they don't. I'm talking about driving personally, like even down here today, coming down the M1, and I'm sitting in lane 1 doing 65 mile an hour. And I just see people that are just cruising in lane 2 and lane 3, and I'm like, what? But people, they just get consumed by what's in front of them.
I think a lot of it's to do with like they can't be bothered to pull over because in the next couple of minutes they're going to have to pull back out. So it's just like a laziness thing. But
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's that. Also, as well, that probably the biggest bugbear is when people have made a mistake and then they inconvenience everyone else by trying to rectify their mistake. So when someone's going off a roundabout and they realise they're taking the wrong way, and they will just stop in the middle of the road, put the indicator on, and wait for everyone else to stop so they can go, commit to where you've gone, find somewhere to turn around and come back. Because there's been a few times where I've seen that nearly go badly wrong. And especially when people are doing it on fast roads as well. You just sometimes you're, oh, no. So they're probably my biggest rants. People using phones while driving. That's
it fucking winds me up.
I don't. What could possibly be that important?
Yeah.
And the weird thing is you see people using them with a lot of cars that have got connectivity anyway. So what are they doing?
Yeah, that's
what are they doing on that phone that is that important that they've got to do it at 70 mile an hour?
Yeah.
This is personal. This is just me. I don't like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Tailgating. I had someone day before yesterday. So I pooted about. I don't gun it. And I've got obviously my 3 children in the car, and this guy is so far up my backside, and I'm like, if I have to even look at the brake, we're in bother. I'm relying on him now predicting what I'm going to do, and especially with that, and I find that quite upsetting. Because leave a gap. If someone takes a gap, so what? But I don't know whether you know, but there's a really interesting book called The Chimp Paradox, and it's the completely irrational part of your brain. So I've
listened to it.
So a lot of the time, this affects drivers quite a lot. So you get someone cut in front of you, and you're like, right, and you're like white hot angry, want the world to burn, and then in 10 minutes you forgot about it.
Yeah,
they've gone one way, you've got the other. So I think some people unfortunately sometimes suffer with that as well, but I'll just let people go.
It's your inner chimp. Yeah, we'll go off on a mindful, but it's an inner chimp in you.
Okay.
And you talk about what would your what would you want your chimp to do in that scenario?
Okay, I'm gonna have
It's
to look at this.
really, really interesting.
So it's a completely irrational part of your brain, and actually, sometimes I think about some of my previous car purchases. I think they've been made with it. I want it. I'm having it.
All of my car parts are made with that.
Don't.
There's a lot in my life that's been done with irrational parts of my
And
brain.
I've bought it. I've bought a car, and I've gone. Why have I done that? Why did I think that was a good idea at the time? So yeah, it's interesting. But they're probably the main
Yeah.
driving rants.
Okay.
And tolls.
Yeah.
Tolls as well, and congestion charge and stuff like that. I pay road tax anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think that's the first time tolls have come up. Actually, I'm shocked at that one.
I think tolls are necessary when you see the benefit. Example, driving in France, when we drove down to the south of France on holiday a couple of years ago, we paid about 60 quid in tolls, but the roads are glorious. They are immaculate. There's not one traffic jam. It was driving just pleasure. It was great. Tolls in this country, nah.
The last time I used the one by Birmingham,
yeah, M6.
I see somebody getting pulled over on it, and I was like, fucking liberty. That's why you're paying for this, isn't it? I know it's not like they autobahn, but you don't expect to get pulled over on it.
The thing is, I get it in different countries where probably the tax rules are slightly different, but my view is, we kind of, I know everyone's financially is struggling, but we all pay our road tax.
Yeah.
The road should be in a relatively acceptable state. Why should I pay £7.80 to use a really crystal glass clear road?
Yeah.
It's almost like, look at what you could have won. And you're like, well, maybe just give it to me in the first place.
Yeah.
It's one of them. But I'm not a huge.
It's a massive can of worms to open that sort of politics
huge.
up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've got a little rant this week, actually.
Stop it.
Yeah, I know. I don't normally join in on this.
Go on,
this
wow.
bit, but I see yesterday was the F1 style brake on the back of a car. And it just looked like fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like a cool car, really. It was a BMW 3 Series.
Maybe it was regen.
Right.
You've got it on regen.
It's
yeah.
harvesting.
It's harvesting.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
They look fucking shite, though, don't they?
flashing away at the back, and I'm like, you was only going 30. Why are they flashing like that?
I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of them. I've gone, why?
Yeah.
What part of you thought that was a good idea?
So yeah, that's my weekly rant. Go on, Barry. You must have a weekly rant.
As I do my 1,000 miles away, no, the rant is, it's similar to what Bear said, middle lane augers, but it's the last minute pull off for the junction. And the pull on, and this did happen to me genuinely. I was in lane 2 to let the people come out as I was driving down the motorway, and this van literally came on, but immediately wanted to go into lane 2, but obviously he's got there and he hasn't seen me in his blind spot, and if it wasn't for my lightning fast reactions, the cars would have made love.
Is this why you was doing 85 behind the copper? It's his
Yeah.
fault, really.
It was the copper's fault. But no, people veering immediately into
Lane 2.
lane 2, 3, whatever. But last minute people coming off on motorways.
Yeah.
My thought process is, I can't navigate anywhere anymore without a sat nav. My sat nav tells me what I do in my day. Most cars have got a built-in sat nav, or at the very least you've got it on your phone. If it tells you to pull off in 1 mile, make your preparations. Don't leave it till you're 10 metres away from the junction and think, I'm in lane 4, I need to be over there.
I think sometimes but you can genuinely tell the difference between people that made a genuine mistake and those that are just trying to get those few
are just
extra cars in
fucking
front.
obtuse, yeah.
The other thing that gets me is that people that when they join dual carriageways and motorways, and they're joining them at 33 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm looking in my mirror and I'm thinking, that's 44 tonnes.
Yeah.
Hurry up. That could be a pain as well. But yeah, you're right. People do. They jump on now and they go try and get straight out. But
yeah. But no, to carry on for it, people do, they are in their own little world.
Mm-hmm.
It's staggering just how oblivious, it's almost like horse blinkers. It's oblivious. I'm now in my lane. I'm going to do my journey. The exact distance away from that car in front of me, fuck all else is happening around here. It's quite amazing.
It's worrying, really.
It can be, because I think
Yeah.
actually a lot of the stuff in cars now are quite, you know, the infotainment and stuff it can be quite distracting. It can be.
You say this about Teslas, don't you? About how big the screen is on the.
Yeah, I think I got a taxi once, and he was indicating, he wasn't looking at his mirror, he's looking at the screen, and I'm like, I know it mirrors it, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
You've got a pair of eyes. They're the best cameras.
Yeah. But equally as well, going on to that, I think people are quite reliant on the car's safety features as well. That you stick it on cruise, you know, my car will brake in an emergency.
Does it track the car in front of you then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clever that.
I think people are quite heavily reliant on that. Where
See, that's the thing. If you was to say drive your car for a long period of say 4 or 5 years, and you to the point where you just think it's it's always going to be there, but then you would say jump into mine.
Yeah.
You know, would you drive it the same, or would you adapt to it?
I'm such a good driver that I would adapt immediately.
Oh, Rain Man over there.
It's a really interesting question, because my car, with all its technology, jumping into your car
With none.
when it works,
Yeah, it's got electric windows.
Yeah, it's what we would assume is a very analog
That
car.
don't work.
I think everyone's first car should be a basic shitbox, so you'll get everything, and then technology helps after a little while. But I'm not relying on it.
But that's the transition of where we've all come from. You've got to think, when people get their cars now, a lot of them are quite analog, but the people who will pass in, like when your children will pass in 10, 20 years, they will be going into cars that we're in now for their first cars, which are incredibly advanced. It makes you... But what a car's going to be like in 10, 20 years? They're going to be fucking flying.
I think there probably needs to be a way of people mastering the craft.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I think you need to master the craft of driving without...
Before you get all
Without
that.
any
Because
aids,
The word there is aid. It's there to help you, not do it for you.
Yeah.
So when you actually look at, you know, sort of the system of car control as well, about how a car performs, it doesn't matter what car it is, the weight of the car, whether you're leaning it left and right, and how it's going to... Is it front-wheel drive? Is it rear? You know, if you ask the majority of people, what wheels are powered on your car?
None of them are.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I know, obviously, we've got a little bit more education around that, but I think there is definitely a place for people to master the art of driving a vehicle without aids, so they know what to do if it does go wrong or the aid fails. So someone get in the car and go, no, lane assist, I don't want to work today.
Yeah.
Pre-collision control, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that today. So being able to preempt those things and react to those things, I think is probably quite important.
I'm going to move back onto the fun questions.
Can I? Yeah, go on.
No, go on.
What's the ugliest car ever made?
Yes, that was going to be my
Sometimes
question.
we forget that.
Ugliest car ever made? Probably a Yugo of some description.
Yeah.
I remember that my dad had one then
Or the Lada Reaver.
yes.
Do you remember Keith's?
I do. The reason I remember that is because I found a photo of that the other day.
Absolute beauty.
Yeah, that or probably one of those two. I know the Fiat Multiple has come up a few times. Can't ignore that.
So the Lada was a proper boxy one that looked like something
yeah,
over a crate on.
It literally did look like a box.
Yeah, it did.
It looks more of a. It made a Volvo look aerodynamic. it really did. I'd probably say that's that between those two.
Yeah.
They're the ugliest cars ever made.
Okay.
There's absolutely no care in the craft whatsoever.
There isn't.
Metal, headlight, door, buy it or don't. We don't care.
There was one I saw the other day, a SsangYong something. It was quite an early people carrier, but it just looked like many other cars had just been stuck together, and it
like
had,
Frankenstein
like you said,
car.
about tiny little wheels, tiny little casters.
They've got Merc engines, though.
Have they?
The early SsangYong's got Merc engines. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the
I think you're right.
people carrier-y type of stuff, I know that they use Merc engines for and they're a little bit of a what's the word? Unsung hero is probably the wrong word, but people who knew. I'll take the SsangYong badge, but I know I've got a Mercedes engine under the bonnet. So
Yes,
exactly
stunning.
that.
Absolutely stunning.
Gopping, I think the word is for that.
That was
Gopping.
Chrysler at the front.
Does a little bit, doesn't it? I think they just stole a little bit.
It looks like he's had a really bad accident or a wedgie at the same time.
Fair enough.
Right, the next question I'm going to ask you. You're quite a F1 fan, motorsport fan.
Yeah.
Any track in the world in any car
Yeah.
for one hot lap, what would you do?
I would take.
We haven't asked that for a while, have
No,
we?
did it
Right.
come up last week? He said
I would
Top Gear track, I think.
take. What, for my ultimate driving pleasure or experience?
Ultimate driving pleasure for you.
I would take Imola
Yeah.
in a Honda NSX
Yeah.
because I've always wanted to drive an NSX. I really want to feel what it's like. 3 litre V6, the power to weight ratio, the weight of it, the feel of it, and I just think that would be the perfect track to do it.
And the person who developed that car
person-
met his maker at that track.
Yeah, and I think it would be. I won't go as far as. I don't want to use the word tribute, but I just think that track, that car,
Homage.
yeah, really good word, yeah, homage. I think, and it wouldn't be a blisteringly fast lap, but that wouldn't really be the point. I wouldn't want to have it sideways with the wheels smoking. I'd want to actually enjoy it and take it in.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, probably a Miller and
That's-
a Honda NSX.
I'm going to put it out. That's one of the best answers we've ever had to that question.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
There
I
you
think
go.
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Everything about it says I want Nürburgring and a Bugatti Chiron.
Yeah.
But how much of that power are you actually going to be used? I know I'll be able to use all of the NSX's power,
Yeah.
and Imola's a beautiful track. It's a toss-up between Imola and Spa. They'd be two. I would love to take Eau Rouge flat in an NSX.
This actually, stuff he said there leads me on to that question that I posed to you guys last night.
Okay.
I'm going to use it for the first time. Drive a slow car fast or a fast car slow?
Slow car fast.
Yes.
So I remember a previous partner from a long time ago. She had a Toyota Aygo, which is obviously the same as a C1 or whatever else. And we only had 13-inch wheels on it, and I was like, I wonder what would happen, because she didn't care about cars, I did. Right, she got in it, she drove it. I was like, and she needed tyres. She's like, can you get me some? I need some tyres on the car. I got the MOT car. And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I drove it. I drove it to a mate of mine who owns his own tyre firm. I was like, give me the stickiest 13-inch tyres you can give me. I went, I don't care if they're cut slicks. And he was like, he looked at me as if to say, you've come in here with some really strange stuff, but even for you.
Some Toyo 888Rs or Advan AO48s or something.
He did have an Advan.
Did he?
He did have an Advan in the correct tyre size. He didn't have them. He said, I can get them. So I was like, do it. Just do it. So I said to her, I was like, it's going to take a few days, whatever else. And it was the other side of town. So I took the car a few days out, had all the tyres fitted, scrubbed them in a little bit, left it a few days, and I was like, just borrow the car. So I took the car and I was like, I just haven't got to slow down for corners. This is amazing. So it was literally speed limit everywhere.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. But you go down, I took it down a Bay Road and I was like, I can't remember what I had at the time. I think I had a E87 130i.
Yeah.
That's what I had. And I was driving this Aygo down there and I'm thinking, look, I couldn't do this any quicker.
Yeah.
In 130. It would literally kill me. It would put me in the bush. I was like, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
Slow car, fast.
There you go.
I think.
That's a good answer.
I think I heard it on another podcast that I listened
Oh, he does listen to someone else's podcast.
to. Yours first.
Oh, it's not
Bitch.
mine.
All we now need is 1,000 miles away and a whale.
We do.
I'm sure there's
But
been a few.
it was, you're wringing the absolute neck out of cars. That car cannot give much more than you're capable of giving it. Whereas, who wants to drive a fast car really slowly?
Yeah, I get it.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do get it.
I get the thrill of, you know, give me an airstrip and give me a Rimac, which I won't crash, or a Chiron or something along those lines. I'm going to get everyone probably watching this will get a massive kick out of that.
Yeah.
An adrenaline dump probably for a good 8 or 9 seconds. Well, take a slow car, put some sticky tyres on it, and take your favourite B roads in a nice legal way. Obviously, that's minutes of fun. That's minutes and minutes and minutes of fun. That's kind of my take on it.
Yeah.
There you go. We have to print that one.
That's a good question,
Forget
though.
it.
I'm quite proud of that
one
one.
of our guests last week actually asked us a question, didn't he? So he said, if you could pick only one, it'd have to. What would you pick? So a turbo. This is for both of you. Turbo, supercharged, or naturally aspirated?
Naturally aspirated.
That's what I picked.
Supercharged.
Would you?
Yeah.
I thought you would have gone turbo.
Supercharged because you've got the instantaneous power.
No, I can't answer that. I think naturally aspirated.
I think it's really hard. I think it depends what it is and what
Yeah.
car
Yeah.
it is. Because if I was, I don't know, if I was driving a Lotus Elise, I don't really want a turbo or a supercharger.
No.
I'll have it as naturally aspirated. If I'm buying a big Tourer or something like that, a V12, I'm going to want to waft and cruise.
Yeah. Mhm.
If I want an Evo, I want the largest turbo that has ever been produced.
biggest
sticking out the bonnet.
screamer pipe.
I want loads of turbo lag closely followed by ripping my face off.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on the application, really.
Yeah.
But for everyday driving, I'll take a supercharger, I think.
See, I don't like this scream of a supercharger.
Oh, I adore it.
I
A
don't-
Dodge
I don't.
Challenger Demon literally gives me the fizz.
Uh,
That wine.
I think it's too much.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Think about like Jaguar XJ or XF or XFR, something like that. There's just enough noise to let you know it's there, but it's not like in your face. It still sounds like a V8.
Yeah.
It's like one of the early Cooper S's. If you fart ass about with them, you just get that little supercharger wine, and you know when one comes past and they floor it, you just know it's been fettled.
Yeah.
It's just had a little
Tingle.
smattering of something.
Have you seen, Michael, that was the guest on here with the 924?
Yeah.
He's fitted the supercharger to it now.
Yeah.
From the Mini. It sounds amazing. It does sound really cool.
Cool.
Yeah, he's done a video the other day driving it for the
Going
first
back to
time.
that question, I only said naturally aspirated because I think things like throttle bodies, Berg Cup hill climb cars, M3 CSL, they're some of the most glorious noises
Yeah, they are.
that you can ever have.
Yeah.
I just think raw induction noise is just, it's heavenly. Old touring cars, they were naturally aspirated. I love them, but to mirror what Bear said, it's got to be the right car, the right place, the right time with the right engine.
Yeah.
You couldn't have a Skyline that wasn't turboed.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
All right.
And you want the antiest of lags. You want the biggest of turbos.
So you'd have all
You
three,
want
basically. That's what
yeah,
you're saying.
basically.
You can't answer it.
You want you want all the PSI.
Yeah.
And you want flames out the back like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then another question that we come up with last week.
Yeah, I think you'd answer this one easily though.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if from now on, whether you make a load of money, lose a load of money.
I think he's already answered it loads
you
of
can only
times.
have one make of car.
One make.
Yeah.
One make, but you got to remember, you get older, you might win the lottery, you might lose all your money. So something that works at every end.
BMW.
Yeah.
Every day of the week. Also, as well, it's something that crossed my mind the other day. If you think about the E60, E61 chassis, that catered for a 4-cylinder, a 6-cylinder,
It did,
an
yeah.
8-cylinder, and a 10-cylinder.
Yeah.
So it was a real Swiss Army knife
Yeah.
of cars, that was. So, yeah, I'm a
I think
BMW fan.
The idea behind it was, if, say, like you won the lottery and you'd want yourself a supercar, you could get the i8, I suppose,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. But if you didn't win, if you won the lottery and you got yourself an i8, but then you got old, the chances are you're not going to want to be getting into a car that's like an inch off the ground.
No.
So you need something that's a little bit higher. So BMW's a good answer, to be honest with you. What,
Ford.
You would go Ford. I think we said Ford, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because obviously you got your...
Good history.
Yeah, obviously Escort Cosworths are in there. And
Yeah, there's-
Mondeos.
There's Cozzies,
That's who I was.
but there's the
Eco
Ford
Boosts.
GT.
Yeah, Ford GT, the supercar. So,
Yeah.
Bands.
Wet belts.
yeah.
Yeah, 1 litre Eco Boost, wet
Yeah.
belts.
But yeah, it caters for everything. So, if you lost all your money and you've got no money, you've got yourself a cheap little runaround. And you can afford to maintain it as well. So,
I would hasten to say Mercedes.
would you?
Yeah. I think.
Did you see the video of that guy who was looking under the bonnet of his brand new A-Class? And
No.
he spent, I'll try and find it. And he was looking under the bonnet of his A-Class, and he'd obviously very proudly bought this car.
Was it all Renault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've paid like 35, 40 grand for this, and it's Renault.
Yeah, I had one, an A-Class as a company car, and it had the 1.5 Renault engine in
Yeah.
it.
You know,
And it just felt wrong.
Yeah, somebody said that you pay for Mercedes servicing but get Renault parts. or
Renault
something.
parts,
yeah.
Maybe
bit
no, but
naughty.
I'll stick with Ford then. Edit that
I think
bit out, mate.
Ford's a good pick, to be honest with you, because it does cover.
But I can see
everything.
with the BMW thing.
And Mustangs, you can get yourself a Mustang. as well,
Yeah.
don't you?
My only thing with Beamer is why have they never made a supercar?
So do you know what happened with the M1, the original M1? So you have to Google it. So it was BMW's probably one and only attempt at a supercar.
It was. Yeah.
So it was obviously built with Lamborghini. And
was it?
Yeah, it was
I didn't know.
It was built in conjunction with Lamborghini. However, Lamborghini were going bust.
Yeah.
But they were building the coachwork for the car. BMW was supplying the engine, which was the
Right.
M70/2.
Yeah.
Is this the one with the door that goes down?
No,
No.
that's a Z1.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the original M1, which is the reason why the later one is called a 1M, because they're like we can't call.
The M1 had these little spats on the back and it had a BMW badge either side of it.
I know what you're. Yeah.
And then
Gorgeous looking
BMW
thing.
had to break into Lamborghini to get it back because
Did
they
they?
were worried that the creditors were going to come in and take it all.
Oh,
and they did.
fuck.
And then BMW finished the car off, and then they went, "It's too much hassle.
Right.
We're not doing it."
Would you not think the i8 falls into the supercar bracket?
No.
Do you not?
Not for me.
See, this is another thing. That is a sports car.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
It's not a supercar. It's a
Well,
sports
because of the
car.
engine's not.
It's just not fast enough.
Looks wise, it's a supercar.
Looks wise, it's great. It's really futuristic, but driving experience, it's a sports car.
Okay.
It's
All
not
right.
a supercar.
Can I be a real pain?
Yeah.
course you can.
I really need a wee.
We're going to.
We're almost going to wrap it up in
all right.
a couple of questions
I'll
anyway.
say our other one's Nissan.
I need a poo.
We need to put.
Nissan's not a bad shout for.
It's something he's not happy with.
Yeah.
Clever editing.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Not a problem at all. So I think we've only really got one question left, to be honest with you. We should have made you wait.
Should have crossed your legs.
So this is a question that Dave said about. And I always call it retro mod, and it's not. It's resto mod. So if you could resto mod any car, what would it be?
I saw one recently, which was the Nova,
Oh, okay.
and I thought that looks really smart. It was like I'd have to see if we can find the image, but it was almost it got boxy arches. But it looked like a Nova, if that makes sense. But big boxy arches. It was in like a jet black colour, running lights at the front and stuff. I was just like, that looks really smart.
Yeah.
And if they'd made it, that'd be something that I'd be like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool to own.
Yeah.
There's so many decent ones out there though. There's a lot of good renders and
There is a lot of
stuff.
renders going on. Did you see the one I sent you on Friday?
Yeah.
The BMW?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
There was one that really, really impressed at SEMA a couple of weekends ago. I think they took a 635. Oh, I forget what it is. The Batmobile.
Yeah.
Thingy.
E9 CSL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they put it on the running gear of a modern Beamer. And I think they only did it in like 100 days or something
It's
like that.
mad. I was watching.
Don't know.
And it was
That's
gorgeous.
the first one that popped up.
Ah, that's it. That's the one.
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, that's lush.
Is there a photo at the back of it as well?
Oh, it's not right.
Because it was just it. The really good thing about it is it still looked like an Nova.
Yeah.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
epic.
I thought it looked really smart.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I thought it
Screenshot
looked
them
really
and send me
good.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I thought that's just
Yeah,
That's what you want, isn't it? Something that
That's
looks
just-
just what it used to look, but obviously insides and running.
yeah. I think that's amazing.
What was you saying about the SEMA car?
Oh God,
Sorry.
I mean, it was just that whole thing
the
with
BMW.
like, yeah, taking an old shell, putting a modern running. I know loads of people do it, but I think it was a time thing they did it as well. They found out the wheelbase was the same, the length, everything.
Yeah.
and just made it all work. And
Yeah.
it's just brilliant.
I do like things like
There's
that.
a lot of people that are now putting the B58 in a lot of stuff.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So like E30s, all you've got to do is move the sway bar forward,
Oh, okay.
and you can get the ZF 8-speed gearbox in it. It sits really low to the ground, but you can do it. And
Yeah.
I was watching a guy, a video of him doing that the other day, and he's like, he said, I can't get over how well this fits. And it looked really smart as well. I was like, that'd be brilliant. Just
Yeah.
a B58 and like a 316i shell.
Yeah,
So
it'd be
just
really
just
cool.
go and terrorise some people. Yeah, that'd be great. That would.
Good. Oh, some great answers.
Yeah.
Have you thought of something else?
No.
I can hear your cogs going.
I didn't tell. Sorry, I know we're running short on time, so stop me.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
I didn't tell you what happened to the A61, did I?
No, you didn't. You just said it met its demise.
Right. So
First tears on it.
Yeah. So if you could edit some like rain clouds in and stuff like that. So it's in the middle of lockdown, and I'd bought the A61 535, and at the time it was kind of the obtainable dream car, if that made sense. I wanted a 535, and I searched high and low to find one, and I found one, and it was I saw on the photo the guy who was selling it. I saw some latex gloves and a glass hammer in the door card, and I phoned him up and I was talking to him about the car and this, and I was like, "You come down, look at it." I went, "Can I ask you a question?" He went, "Yeah." I went, "Are you Job?" And he went, because that's how we refer to each other, "Are you Job?" And he went, "What, are you Job?" I went, "Oh, I was first, are you Job?" and he went, and he went, "How did you know?" I was like, "I saw the glass hammer and the latex." He was like, "Oh, I knew there'd be a giveaway." So it turned out he was a copper as well. Yeah. So I went down to buy it, and I bought it, and I loved it. It was blue, black interior, standard car, really, really lovely car. Anyway, during COVID, it got to a point where I was like, I need to throw a little bit of money at it now. And I was torn. I was like, do I sell it and buy something else, or do I throw money at it? So the only places that were open were dealers. So for key workers. So I phoned my local dealer, and they went, "Really sorry, we haven't got any space." And I was like, okay. So I phoned another dealer that wasn't in Northampton. And they went, yeah, we'll have it. That's fine. I was like, right, just go over it. Tell me what it needs. I was like, I know it needs 4 tyres. Do that. I said the gearbox service needs doing as well. Do that. I knew that was going to be about 1,500 quid on its own. I went, go over it. If it's too far gone, then we'll leave it, whatever. So I phoned me out and went, look, it's absolutely golden. The only problem that you've got with it is it's got a split boost hose. You've got a slight split in the boost hose. I went, how much is that? I went, 150 quid. I went, do it. So a bill come back, I think it was about 1,800 quid altogether. I was like, it is sorted. The people who built the car have sorted it. It's done. You know, I'm driving it to work, and I'm like, I can smell like natural gas. It's a really odd smell. So I thought maybe they've used some cleaning material or something like that, and it didn't go away. So I phoned them up, and the person on the phone was really rude. Like, which got my back up, like really, really. Well, what do you expect? We've had your car in bits. You're going to get smells in the car. I'm like, hang on a minute. No, that smell weren't there before. Now it is. So I'd like someone to look at it. Yeah, we'll get someone to phone you back. So then someone phoned me back, and they said, yeah, bring it in, and we'll have a look. So I had to drive it back to the same dealer. And it was the service manager that came to speak to me. He's like, I understand you've got a problem with your car. I was like, yeah, I've got this natural gas smell. Yeah, no problem, we'll have a look at it. He phones me up, he went, what were you told about this car? I said, well, I was told, I knew it needed tyres, I went to the gearbox service and it had a split boost hose. He went, yeah, your rocker cover gasket's leaking, the head gasket is leaking, you've got a coolant hose that's split, it needs a auxiliary belt, it needs tensioners, it needs work, essentially. So I said, well, why wasn't I told that before, when I had this big bill before? I went, yeah, that member of staff no longer with us.
What sort of timeline are you talking about?
Couple of weeks.
Couple
of weeks. So I was told that the person who worked on my car originally was an M specialist, and really knew what they were doing, and I'd taken it on face value, because obviously the people at the dealer, they're only as good as the mechanic that's looking at it. So he said, look, I'm really, really sorry. I was like, well, I wish I'd known. I said, because I wouldn't have thrown all that money at the gearbox service and stuff like that if I'd known. He's like, well, we'll give you 50 quid. I went, no. no, we need to come to some other arrangement. I said, because I've thrown a lot of money at this car that I wouldn't have thrown at this car.
Yeah.
If wherever else, because I knew you had a guest on recently that had big problems with BMW and their M3. I can't remember the chap's name.
Jamie.
But I was like, I'm going down a bit of a rabbit hole here, and I was gutted. I was genuinely gutted, because I didn't want to get rid of the car, but they'd actually done the video inspection, which I hadn't got the first time, because they usually send you a video inspection of the car. So when the car's in for a service at BMW, they put it up in the air and they're like, well, I'm looking at your tyres, look at your tyre rods, look at your brakes, but this needs doing, that needs, and you get it on your phone.
Yeah.
They literally send you a text. Well, I hadn't had that, and I didn't think anything of it, and then he was like, oh, and we come to some kind of arrangement. I was like, I can't, the car's not worth throwing all that money at it to fix it. So we come to an arrangement, and I got the majority of the money back.
Did you?
Yeah,
oh, good for you.
Yeah, I got the majority of the money back, and they were genuinely sorry, but I was like a couple of dealings with them.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I escalated. So weirdly, I'd escalated a response to BMW UK, because the dealer were just being a pain in the backside. and I got nothing. And then a bloke at work said, leave him a Google review. Leave him a Google review, watch what happens. I left a Google review, I got a call within the hour.
Really?
Yeah, after emailing them,
Top
after
tip.
emailing BMW UK, I got nothing. Left a Google review. Hello, Mr. Liddell, how are you? Yeah, I'm not too bad. Yeah, we'd like to talk about your 5 Series. I'm sure you would. Let's have a little chat. I'll come and see you. So, yeah, it was really a shame how that car had to go and find its new owner, to be fair. But
So you got all the money back for the previous work you had done?
apart from the tyres, because the tyres were on the car.
So did you sell the car? Or?
Yeah, I sold the car, so I put it up for sale, and I really hate when people don't list stuff that they know about.
Yeah.
It's a minefield because sometimes there are going to be things of a car that you don't know.
Yeah.
No. But I was really honest about the car. I said, look, I reckon it's probably going to need a head gasket, which is really weird for the M57. I said it's really odd. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, guy come down, he agreed the price and took it away. And it was probably the first time I'd watched a car drive away. And
Shed a tear.
I was watching it go up the road. I was like, oh, such a good car. So much so, I went inside and nearly bought another one. But I didn't. And then the M1, and then that's when I bought the M140.
Yeah.
I was like, right, sod it. I'm going to find the 140, and then I'm going to go and buy that. And I love that car. I love that car as well. When you've got a 5-year-old sitting behind you, and you go, you all right, mate? He's like, yeah. And his knees around by his ears because you don't have your seat the whole way back. So maybe I need something a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
Wicked. No, thank you for being a wicked guest. Have you got any more questions?
No, I think I'm all done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a first. You normally can't shut up.
No, other than just the memories that we've had,
Yeah.
but it was...
It's nice to obviously finally put a face to the conversation.
Yeah,
the
Belgium was a
story.
standout thing for it.
That was mad.
Other than 1,000 miles I do every week.
We all do something. You never mentioned
You've never
that.
said it.
No, I haven't. I think I'm all done, mate. No, thank you very, very much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, are you all done as well?
Yeah, I've got nothing more.
All right, okay.
Cool.
Right, so do your little ending bit.
Yes, like, comment, subscribe. Anything you want to see, leave us a comment.
Don't turn anything off yet, because he cut me off a couple of times.
All about me.
It isn't. It really isn't.
T-shirt.
So we've got these T-shirts available if anyone wants them, and we've got these little dolls if anyone wants them as well. My pal, he makes these sort of things, so he was kind enough to invent that for us, which is really cool. His name's is it Shark Sandwich or Sandwich Sharks or something?
He's all mate.
I should have researched this. I put a link somewhere like here for it. But what we were going to try and do, because we're sort of struggling with subscribers and stuff, we want you to obviously subscribe to the YouTube channel. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and in the comments, if you write that you've subscribed and your size of T-shirts, every month we're going to give a T-shirt away.
Nice.
So basically, so
Cool.
you could get one as well. If you
I
want.
could get
If
one.
If you actually watch it and put something
I
in the
actually
comments.
better subscribe then.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we want to do. We want to, each month we'll pick somebody out. If it's it might only be one. It'll be Chris Smith, whatever his name was.
It's like it as well. It's another T-shirt.
Yeah, but no, thank you for being a wicked guest. It's
you for having me.
really cool to obviously hear that side of your career background as well.
Thank you very
So,
much.
yeah,
Nice
thank
to
you very
meet you
much.
both.
Cheers, dude.
Thank you, Smythe.
Now you can cut them
brother.
off.